today is going to be an interesting day because I am doing something really exciting. I'm opening up a letter to myself from 10 years ago when I was a senior in high school. Quick backstory on this. Our senior year of high school, our teacher asked us to write a letter to ourselves. I think at the time they said 7 years. I don't think they said 10 years. I think they said 7 years. But 10 years is actually kind of better and way more satisfying. And I remember writing the letter. I remember having like I have a rough idea of what I wrote, but I'm not exactly sure. There could be some things in here that surprised me, but I was just shocked that they followed through. Like, I have been thinking about this letter for the past couple years on and off, and I'm like, I wonder where that is. I wonder if they remembered to do that. And lo and behold, they did. My mom has been sitting on this for a couple months. And I remember asking my friend, I'm like, do you remember what ever happened to that letter that we wrote to ourselves like a few years ago? And she was like, yeah, I got it. Didn't you? I'm like, I don't think so. So I assumed it was lost, but apparently it was not. My mom got it and she put it in her room, and I guess she forgot it existed. But thank God. I'm just happy that it's here and it arrived. And we're going to see. We're going to see what it says. We're going to see where I am in life relative to what I was hoping for in this letter. And honestly, like, there's a lot of things that, by the way, isn't it funny how our handwriting literally never changes? It's so funny. I'm trying to show it to you guys without showing the address. And this was me trying to write really freaking neat, you guys. This was me. I was straining, okay? I can write neat when I want to, but it's hard. So this is my neat writing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like on paper, there's a lot of aspects of my life that I'm not particularly happy with, but there's been a lot of internal change. The person that I was then, the person that I am now, it is like night and day. And I'm sure the career and the money and all that other shit is going to, you know, come to reflect that. So without further ado, we're going to open this thing. And I am so bad at opening letters. I'm really trying not to rip the paper inside. I'm so bad at opening letters, you guys. You know, fuck it. We're just gonna, well, okay. This is, yeah, whatever. It's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, why am I so nervous? Oh my gosh. Oh. Letter to my future self. April 26th, 2013. Oh my gosh, I'm like shaking. Dear Jordan, it's me, your former self. I'm currently in Mr. Russell's room writing a letter to you, your future self. At the moment, I'm at the end of my senior year, or at least close to it, and I plan to attend Mount Holyoke College in the spring after attending some fall community college courses, because I was a spring admit at the time. Spring admit. I'm extremely excited, mostly about the great education I'm sure Mount Holyoke will have to offer, as well as meeting up with the friends I made during my brief but fun stay on campus. I remember that, because the spring admits had come to the campus to get kind of a introduction from the regular admit students, because we didn't come until, you know, January, and they were already in the midst of their fall semester. So I remember I went and I had like a really fun time with this regular admit student. Yeah. So as well as meeting up with my friends I made during my brief but fun stay on campus. I actually didn't end up really connecting with the girl that I stayed with, which was unfortunate. We were just in different dorms, and I didn't really end up, I don't even know if she recognized me after a few months when I actually ended up coming to stay there. I don't think that woman recognized me, but it's all good. As far as careers go, I'm hoping to get into film, either screenwriting, directing, or perhaps something else. Who knows? Interesting. You know, it's funny because I work in the film industry now, and I'm not a screenwriter or a director, but it's interesting because I always tell people, I'm like, I really do not give a shit about film, even though I'm in the film industry. By the way, I hope no one sees this. I hope my boss does not see this. but it's weird to be reminded that I actually was kind of interested in those things. I was never a big movie watcher, but I was intrigued by the idea of writing stories. And I've always been a storyteller. I've always, you know, written little books, like storybooks when I was a kid, and I was always very intrigued by that. So it's interesting to see a direct contradiction to the idea that I actually don't really care about TV and film, because I guess I kind of do. Yeah, or perhaps something else, who knows. But that's what I'm interested in right now, and if you weren't able to take Thrasher and Token with you, I hope you got them back. I don't have Thrasher and Token. That's hard. These are my two turtles. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to delve into that. Yeah. They're no longer with me, unfortunately. And that's a longer story. But with all the space in the dorms, I'm sure you would have a place to put the tank. Yeah, no, I didn't end up bringing any of them to college. Interesting. Aside from that, I don't know what else to say to you aside from I hope you have you're established career-wise and are at least a bit more attractive. I'm gonna have to superimpose, I don't know how to do this editing shit, but I'm gonna have to superimpose a photo of me in 2013, because I'm definitely more attractive, 100%. Those were a rough few years. I hope you establish your career and are at least a bit more attractive. That's about it, comma, toodles. And I'm gonna show you just the full note here. I had trouble reading my own handwriting. Like, Jordan, you could have pulled it together a little bit tighter so that I could read this fucking thing. Interesting. See, it's interesting how I didn't really box myself into anything. I didn't have this concrete idea. I think I knew that it wasn't going to be a straightforward path. It was all, I think I knew back then that my path was going to be circuitous in some way. And that's kind of the feeling that I had before I even opened this letter. I think I remember writing it, and I remember leaving it kind of open-ended, because I said, hoping to get into film or screenwriting or directing or perhaps something else. Who knows? So wasn't boxing myself in. I knew it was going to be ambiguous. Interesting. Oh my God. I forgot that I had Thrasher and Token back in high school. For those who don't know, Token escaped. I kept them in a enclosure outside. Token escaped. Thrasher came down with, I believe, was a respiratory infection, probably 7 years into having him, and I unfortunately lost him too. So that's kind of what happened with that, and it's it's not fun to read that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to edit this. I may try to superimpose some things, but it's interesting to read. It's not super surprising. Like, I knew it was going to be open-ended, but yeah, what a treat, honestly. Very happy that they followed up on this and ended up sending this to us. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you found this interesting.